Hello, everybody, and welcome back to NCAA 2004 in the penultimate conclusion to our year number 15. And it goes up against one of the most high-powered teams in all of college football, at least leading into this season, or leading into this game even, if you want to, really micro it in here. But Notre Dame has really cemented themselves as really the top dynasty of the last couple of seasons. Notre Dame hasn't really been bad in any season. They've just kind of always lost that one or two games that have kept them out of it, kind of like South Carolina or even Arkansas in our own conference. But the last two seasons, Notre Dame has been charmed, man. They have not been able to lose. They have not been able to find ways to lose. As you can see, they had a 31-game win streak. So Notre Dame is definitely worth all the hype and all the hubbub that they've been getting, and I'm just happy that there's a normal team in the national championship game, unlike, all the other years where Colorado State went to like 3 straight or something like that. Something stupid, but that's what happens in these old games. It happens, man. When you got teams in Group of 5 conferences that can easily just kind of run things, it happens. But Notre Dame, the independent man, still showing strong here, winning 12 games and making it there. We needed a lot of divine intervention to even get this opportunity that we have today. We needed Virginia Tech or Notre Dame to lose a game, and it was Virginia Tech that ended up falling on the sword so that your Crimson Tide could get another opportunity in the Rose Bowl for natty number 5. So, of course, the goal is to at least hit 6, but we want to beat Nick Saban's total of 6. So now we're down to the last 3 seasons, and we need one win today, and at least we need to win out. We need to win out to beat Nick Saban, which I don't know if that's possible, but if we could at least go back-to-back, that'd be great. But we got to win the first one, folks. We got to win the first one, guys. Come on. We got to win the first one. But Notre Dame definitely has plenty of talent on the roster they are boasting about, as do we. So we got to be on our tippy toes here as Chip Milligan already getting a reception in this game, giving us a big boost already on offense. And we will talk a little bit more about Notre Dame's offensive prowess as we watch more Notre Dame snaps on offense, because, there's just a lot going on. On both sides of the ball, absolutely, but there was just some offensive numbers that really kind of jumped out at me, both good and bad. So Cal Lumpkin is already putting on a clinic here on the Notre Dame secondary, as he's able to find Jeff Dillard, shockingly enough. So we saw in the SC title game that it seemed like everyone was kind of looking for their tight ends and receiver 3s and 4s, because the secondary was locking down 1s and 2s, and that might be the situation here in the Rose Bowl. But already we have Keon Hood, who's able to get into the end zone for touchdown number 22. He's got 22 touchdowns on the season, man. He cracked the 1,000-yard mark, which is typically my benchmark for a good season of rushing. And he managed to do that and also get 22 touchdowns in the process. So we love Keon Hood over here in Tuscaloosa, absolutely. But now Notre Dame is going to show off their running back abilities as, oh my goodness, he somehow busted his way out into open space here. And that is D'Angelo Collins, the junior here, the top running back at Notre Dame. And let me just tell you guys, he's got 1,100 yards and 13 touchdowns. But there's another running back on the Fighting Irish offense here who also has over 1,000 yards. He's got over 900 yards, and he also has 10 touchdowns. So for the production here that Notre Dame has gotten out of their 2 running backs, we've basically gotten out of Keon Hood. But the yardage situation, they've got almost 2,000 yards of rushing on this team, and they're just, eating up the yards on the ground here, which is something we don't typically do. We are typically a team through the air. Pressure's onto Lumpkin. He gets rid of it in time, and that pass is caught. And behind the defense is Ben Medley. So he's going to continue his freshman reign of terror as he's just completely putting on one of the best freshman seasons we've seen from a receiver, I think, since Scotty Mitchell. I think this might be the best freshman season receiving-wise that we've seen since Scotty Mitchell, man. And he's having himself an absolute ball of a season, man. He's already got over 1,200 yards, and that's going to give him touchdown number 13 on the year. So fast forward to Notre Dame now on 3rd and 13. And now their quarterback, Jim Siegel, looking for an option through the air, and he finds one, and that pass is going to be completed for another Notre Dame first down. And Siegel's had himself quite the confusing year here. He's got 32 total touchdowns, but 17 interceptions, and 7 of those total touchdowns are rushing touchdowns. So he can run the football as well. We got to be careful for that. We know Cal Lumpkin can also run. He's only got 4 rushing touchdowns on the season, but we have 2 running quarterbacks in this game. But Siegel relying on his arm right now to get the Fighting Irish down the field, and it seems to be working late in the first half, so we're just going to keep an eye on it. Now Collins again is getting loose in open space and bringing some defenders with him. And he's going to be a hard guy to try and contain and keep on the ground. As now Notre Dame running with some tempo here. Clock stopped here to set the ball, but now we are running here under 30 seconds. Siegel taking his precious time to snap the ball here. He's going to drop back, try to throw for it on 1st and goal, and that pass is tipped around. And there were 3 Crimson Tide defenders in the end zone who could have easily came down with that football, but it was safely batted to the grass for the Fighting Irish. So now fast forward to 3rd and goal with 16 seconds, and finally they're able to break through as Siegel finds an open target in the back of the end zone for the 2nd Notre Dame touchdown of the game. And now, towards the end of the first half, we are knotted up. And it's been an interesting start to the game as the first quarter is coming to a close, and both of these high-powered offenses have kind of struggled to find some early explosivity, even though, we've had a lot of fun and fancy plays, only 14 points apiece to show for both offenses. So now starting in the second half, Notre Dame on a 3rd and 4 close to midfield here, and that pass is completed from Siegel. Looking here to see if we can find out exactly who caught it. I have the receivers here, but I can't see. Oh, that was a top receiver, Kyle Norman, the junior from Notre Dame. And that's the thing to note, too, guys. There are not a lot of seniors on this Notre Dame team. There really aren't. Siegel's a sophomore. Both running backs are juniors. The receivers, the oldest receiver is a junior as well. So this Notre Dame team we'll probably see them again next year. Whether we're here or not, we will probably see Notre Dame again next year, just in the sim in general. So just be on the lookout for that, I guess. But either way, Notre Dame's going to get themselves another touchdown in this game. That might have been the freshman I have. I forgot to write down the number for the freshman Derek Wynn that they have, but that might have been him. We could assume that it is him, but you know what they say about assuming. So Notre Dame finally takes the lead here in this game, starting off the second half with the football, but here comes Lumpkin and the boys, and there is Ben Medley, once again ripping a pass out of the air, and Sicknaben's happy about that, happy about one of his charmed recruits, one of the best recruits in Crimson Tide history here. Again, probably second to just Scotty Mitchell, man. Probably second to just Scotty Mitchell. But again, you can't be mad about anything that's happening with Ben Medley right now on the field. You love to see it. So 3rd and 3 there, we're going to fast forward to just outside the 10-yard line. And now Sharp is going to get the call here, bringing some defenders with him. And he's going to fall forward right at about the 1-yard line. So Jamal Sharp almost getting into the end zone for the Crimson Tide, but instead we're just going to have to set up here, and they're going to spot us at about the 2 or 3, but on 2nd and goal here, we're going to give it to Sharp. Once again, he's going to finish what he started and get into the end zone, and that is Sharp's 5th touchdown. So Jamal Sharp has been really kind of contributing quite a bit here from the fullback position. We've had like 2 fullbacks back-to-back that have kind of been able to get at least like 4 to 5 touchdowns a season. It's been interesting, but now disaster is going to start striking to the Notre Dame offense here, as Siegel's pass gets intercepted by our strong safety, one of the holes on the defense here, and here he is with a couple interceptions so far this season. And now once again, it's Jamal Sharp getting loose, and with some spin moves, with some juke moves, and now it looks like Notre Dame doesn't have any idea what to do with our fullback situation. So Notre Dame also has a fullback who's gotten a few touchdowns, so like it's not like, they're not fully prepared for something like this, but I guess they just completely committed to stopping Hood, and so Sicknaben was like, hey, dude, just give it to Jamal, man. Give it to Jamal Sharp, and just let him do what he does. And now we are up 28-21 over the Fighting Irish, but here come the Fighting Irish as Collins, again, able to kind of juke around and find some open space here and get another first down for the Fighting Irish, and Notre Dame's offense cannot stay down for long with that rushing attack that they have. But Siegel going to look to throw for it, steps up in the pocket collapsing, and he somehow squeezes that between 2 Crimson Tide defenders for another completion. And now Notre Dame's offense will move forward once again, and it looks like it's going to be that. I don't know. It's actually it's Kyle Norman once again, the top dog here. He's really big, dude. That's a big guy. He's got like the DK Metcalf build. It's crazy. So on a 2nd and 6, they're going to pitch it out to Collins. Collins breaks a tackle. And I don't know what happened. We had at least 1 or 2 more defenders that were in Collins' way, but just no one puts down a block. No one tries to lay down a tackle. We're going to look at it. Just bad defensive play here. Oh my gosh, what on earth, man? What was that? What on earth was that? That was just ridiculous, man. He's not one of the starting linebackers, so I guess we can kind of overlook it. I don't know, but that was bad. That was brutal. So we enter into the 4th quarter all tied up at 28, man. This is a tough one, back and forth. So Lumpkin here finally going to get intercepted, and this one's heading the other way, and that was not even a terrible interception, guys. I'm going to stand up for Lumpkin here on this one. That one wasn't even like an awful interception. Now, he should have been able to spot that safety. I believe it was the safety. He should have been able to at least spot him. Yeah, he should have been able to at least spot him. Clearly, he was right there in coverage and was going to help that cornerback over top, but still, I mean, he was not in the vicinity. Maybe he thought he could lob it out there. I don't know. Not a great throw, but I'll at least defend it a little bit here. So as far as interceptions go, that is only going to be Khaled Lumpkin's 13th on the year, to his 32 or 33 now that he has in this game. So I'm not super upset about it. But either way, so Notre Dame is now moving here, and once again Collins is finding open space here. And just look at that burst of speed here. And the spin move is going to get him away from the defense here. That spin move completely threw Theo Thornton, the free safety, out of his shoes. Like, just completely embarrassed him. We'll watch it again, Mirror, as he just gets around the defense so effortlessly. And yeah, Theo Thornton just lost out there. He said, where am I at, coach? Tell me where to go. I don't know where to go. As Doug Collins is continuing to just torment our secondary, or just our defense as a whole. So Notre Dame up 35-28 here, but Lumpkin again on the move. Deep shot downfield, and that pass is caught, and now off to the races here. It's going to be Chip Milligan, and he's into the end zone for another Crimson Tide touchdown, and we have answered back to the Fighting Irish once again in this ball game, as we were just continuing to go back and forth and back and forth. So talked a lot about Scotty Mitchell, and here's probably the last guy who's going to wear 89 in the series. We'll probably retire it after. I meant to retire it a while ago, but I always forget every offseason video. I just forget to do it. So tied up at 35 apiece now. Notre Dame is now going to answer back. Pressure's on to Siegel, and on the run, he's got to make a throw, and wide open is the tight end. Unbelievable. Steve Patton, the tight end, is completely wide open. There's nobody over there. Siegel, a prayer, was able to get that way. And completely biting on the play fake. That's not a good look either, man. Completely biting on the play fake is Darius Miles, the left end. He just completely bit on that play fake. And probably could have got the sack if he just committed to the quarterback, but it is what it is. So 2nd and 11 now. Siegel looking to throw for it once again, and that pass nearly tipped, or at least broken up, but Steve Patton still able to make that catch. As, man, our defense is really letting us down at the most crucial of moments here. Yeah, just not a great play from Lance Hunt, who the sophomore, who just was right there in the vicinity, blanketing Patton. Just didn't seem to matter. So 42-35 is the score. Under 2 minutes, we have to find a way to get the football. And Ben Medley here has a catch, and he's going to get brought down at about the 20-yard line. So we are in business, guys. We are setting up shop, and we are in business here. But this is not going to be a guarantee. The time is still taken away. We have to get into the end zone, man. We're letting a lot of time burn off the clock as we're trying to be smart with it. We want to try and tie this game up and leave no time for Notre Dame to get any points. And then Khaled Lumpkin throws an interception. No! Oh, Khaled Lumpkin, no! Oh, no! The decision we made to go with the least turnover-prone quarterback on the roster may come back to bite us here late in the Rose Bowl. But on 3rd and 3, we need a stop from our defense, and they get it. Doug Collins, over 140 yards in this game, gets stopped by our defense under a minute left to go. So we've got 35 seconds. We have to get into the end zone. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, man. 3rd and 10, down to our last couple shots here. Lumpkin, prayer of a football, and it's going to be caught. I believe it's Chip Milligan who makes the catch deep. And yes, it is. Chip Milligan has the catch, and now time is ticking away here. It's going to stop while we all get set here and while the refs reset the football. But now it's going to be 1st and goal. Time at 28 seconds here. We're inside the 10. Now time is running here. Lumpkin gets the snap off and spikes it down. 26 seconds, man. Plenty of time. Plenty of time to get in here. But now it's 3rd and goal quickly. Lumpkin back to pass here. Clean pocket. All day to throw. Throws it to the corner of the end zone. It's Ben Medley once again. Our savior on offense. Then he gets himself the tying touchdown in the final closing seconds of this game here. There's still plenty of time on the clock, though, so Notre Dame, with their offensive prowess, may be able to do something with it here, but there's going to be about 16 seconds left here. So 1st and 10 after the ensuing kickoff. Siegel back to pass here. Pump fakes twice, gets rid of it. Prayer of a football. It's up and it's down and it's caught. The pass is caught by Jeremy Cooley, and a timeout's going to be called. 8 seconds now. 1st and 10. Notre Dame going to try and get to the end zone, try to get the rest of what they need. Here's the shot towards the end zone, and it's over the head of Norman. Or actually, no, I think it's Wynn, the freshman. It's over his head, and now just 3 seconds. Notre Dame has to kick the field goal. It's a long one. The kick is up. Can they win it? No, it's going to fall short, and the game is going to end 0-0, and we are all tied up at 42 apiece. Now we are heading to overtime with the Fighting Irish, man. They had the chance. They had the shot, man. Maybe if Siegel didn't go for the end zone, I get it, man. Take the shot towards the end zone. But they had the timeouts, man. Maybe if they just got another 10 or 15, they could have got perfectly within range and kicked that go-ahead field goal. But no, they had to take it from just about midfield almost. So 42-42 is your score. We are heading into overtime, ladies and germs. Overtime in the national championship game. Can you believe it? And it's already 3rd and 16 for the Fighting Irish. They have been heading backwards the wrong direction. Siegel under pressure, and that's what happens when you're under pressure. You're going to throw interceptions. So Siegel, another turnover in this game here. And now that is going to end Notre Dame's series. That means all we have to do, all we got to do is maybe get 10 or 15 yards and make this a very manageable kick for Kendall Owens. And look at that, man. Pressure coming off the edge, and it's Miles again. Darius Miles getting in to the quarterback. He remembered what happened earlier in the game, and he was not going to have that happen again, as he gets to the quarterback and causes the errant throw to be turned over. And now we are going to take over here into the second frame of the first overtime, I guess is how you consider that. But either way, 1st and 10 now. Kyle Lumpkin back to pass here. Got to be smart with the football. Nearly picked off. That ball's tipped, but Ben Medley able to still get it somehow. That ball was deflected by the defender. He was just a second late on it. That ball could have been picked, and it would have been a pick six going the other way, man. Oh my gosh. But thankfully it was caught, and now it's going to set up Kendall Owens here. We're not going to waste any more time, not going to take any more chances. Kendall Owens lining up for the field goal. The kick is up, and it is good. And ladies and germs, the Alabama Crimson Tide are going to be your national champions for the 5th time in this sim. We are going to manage to just hang on and beat Notre Dame. Coming from behind here late in the 4th quarter. I mean, if you could call it behind, we were back and forth all game. No team was ever really down, if you know what I mean. I mean, just, timing-wise. I guess Notre Dame was down a little bit. I think with the highest we were ever up was 14 points. But either way, Notre Dame was able to keep the game close here, but it doesn't matter. We win championship number 5, if you can believe it, man. Once again in the Rose Bowl. We always seem to win in the Rose Bowl. That just seems to be our venue. I don't know how many of the 5 that we have that were in the Rose Bowl. I think 3 or 4. I honestly think 3 or 4 of our national championships have been in the Rose Bowl. They might have all been there because we haven't won a Fiesta Bowl or an Orange Bowl. No, we've won 1 or 2 Sugar Bowls, so for sure. 1 or 2 national championship Sugar Bowls. We've won like 5 Sugar Bowls, but we've went a couple times that weren't the national championship, if you know what I mean. So either way, man, great game all around. We were amazing on 3rd down, man. That's not something we typically are, but we were amazing on 3rd down. Both teams with 2 interceptions, and that may be the tail of the game. I don't know. That might be what keeps the game close. We're not entirely sure. I'm glad that Kyle Lumpkin was still able to keep us in this game. He is the best quarterback in college football, but did not really show it in this game here. The completion percentage and the interceptions is not great, but the 327 yards and 3 touchdowns. It's hard to be super upset about that. It really is. It's hard to be super mad about it. I'm still fine with our choice in his senior season. He did what he did, man. And Keon Hood absolutely did what he did too. I know we didn't see much of him in the rest of the video here, but he was still turning up the yards and doing what he could. Only 3 receivers catching balls in this game. Only 3. So Notre Dame really had a problem with those 3 guys. Nobody else was needed. We didn't see Reeves at all, or Evan Jacobs at all. Like, just not needed at all. So there is our Rose Bowl trophy. It's one of the cooler trophies in college football, I think. I think so. It's one of the cooler ones. That could be the national championship trophy. I mean, honestly, look at that. I mean, it really could be the national championship trophy. But that's another Rose Bowl that we're adding to the trophy case here. The last Rose Bowl we had was against the Trojans, which, again, was not a national championship, but we did win the Rose Bowl, and there she is. Crystal ball number 5, man. Peek into it and see our future the next 2 seasons. See what things are looking like. So, but either way, it's going to happen here, regardless. So, but we grab ourselves another championship, and we are winding down, folks, man. Only 2 more seasons left to go. Can we win 2 more and match Nick Saban's total, or beat it, rather. Beat his total. I don't know. We're going to try, but I have no idea. So, Ohio State, I think that's the same running back who set the single season record the previous year? Or no, not because that's the previous record. I don't know. New record at Ohio State, so just enjoy that. New record. But we are your national champions, and in the next video, of course, we will be getting the off-season festivities. Oh my gosh, see that Texas is 7-6? Oh my goodness, Texas is 7-6. What happened to the Longhorns? Either way, we're gonna focus in to the next season here. Look at year ahead to year number 16. So I hope to see you guys in the off-season video.